This was coming. The Finance Committee saw that because of our declining membership, it was harder and harder for us to maintain our structure here and maintain country club life. I want to maintain this life. I want to live here a long time. So that is the reason we've been looking at Plan C, and we've been getting alternative bids. Plan C will lower our dues. Plan C will eliminate assessments. Unfortunately, I still need to run this place as a business. We don't have Plan C's contract yet. So if you run it as a business, we need to put this budget in place. The commitment we have from all the vendors we're talking to, the companies, is put your budget in place. We have to charge. It takes about, let's say, somewhere in March to close the deal, and they will then rebate the assessment and the lower number because they will be paying off all of our debt, all of our bills, and bring us at a lower due structure. That's one of the advantages. There's a negative, too, when you do this deal, by the way. I'm not saying it's all positive. I'm not going to talk amongst all of you. I'll talk. The negative is we don't own the club anymore. You're giving up rights to the ownership of the club. That's not a bad thing. A lot of clubs are doing this. This is a trend right now. And we're looking into it. So when you get upset here, don't think that we don't know, the board doesn't know that this is a high dues number. You know, we live here too, by the way. I pay this also. But this is what it would cost to run the club properly in 2018 and maintain a country club. That's what I'm getting at.
Hi, my name is Herbert China, 5257 Fountains Drive South. I am a little bit confused, so I'm asking some questions. The concert golf, is that a similar deal to what Indian Springs did?
Same deal.
Okay. That was brought up in the past, and it was poo-pooed. And I don't understand why. So we went to GL. Oops. So we went to GL. Now, my understanding with GL is that the people that move into the homes will pay a couple of $100s a month to join our club and have the same abilities that I have. Is that correct?
Not even close, no. I've gone through this before, but I'll say it again. Real clearly. The GL homes will have built into their HOA, not dues, $200 a month for a sports membership. That membership will only be good for the South Clubhouse, whatever food we have over there, tennis, spa, and the pool.
Not for golf.
They will not. Then we were going to give them a 1-year pay-as-you-go membership for golf to try out our country club, but they would pay cart fees and guest fees and whatever it is to play golf and whatever.
1 year.
1 year. After 1 year, they either join the club, and GL thinks we'll get 20 to 30% of the homeowners to join, or they'll just be a sports member.
Thank you for clarifying that. Secondly, aggressive assumption of new memberships. If we reach that point, we will only increase the dues 10%. But in the past, we've never reached those aggressive assumptions. Never. So it'll probably be more than 10%. But in addition, what does that do to our assessments? Assessments will continue? Is that what I understood?
Once again, the aggressive thing on the dues membership is basically for outside members. And I don't think, we know it's more than we've done, but we have a pretty good team right now. We never had Sean here. We haven't done the kind of marketing he's recommending. And we believe, Ron and I believe, that we're going to hit those numbers.
Okay.
Let me finish. We underplayed the catering number. We could pick up some more events this year. We're at $240,000. That's not a lot of events. We pick up more catering events. We make up for the. So what I'm saying is there's an offset. We're very conservative on every number in this budget.
All right. Last year, I prepaid my membership, and I saved a big 1% in taxes. I did not expect to pay $385 for clubhouse charges, $529 a month for assessments. And if that's going to continue, I cannot accept it. So I want to know up front, if I'm going to agree to pay a dues, am I going to face these $529 a month assessments?
Well,
if
the
so,
answer is
count me out.
the answer is you saw the assessment for this year. We have no choice. We had a $2 million loss, and we're estimating where we're going to be. The bank requires us to have a zero-based budget. It's in our bylaws also. And we have no choice but to charge what the loss was.
I understand. And
But it is our goal and Sean's goal. Sean's been running country clubs for a while too. We're working in country clubs to have no more assessment. That this budget will do it. I mean, if we hit our numbers, if we all participate in the club, if we're working on lowering our expenses wherever we can. I can say on the legal front, Paul and I have been working very hard on settling cases. I think we settled 5 in the last 2 weeks, Paul, some number like that. And we're working on settling cases, getting them off the books. We have a very aggressive bill collector right now that Ron's using. That's a different structure to collect from our members that owe us money, a collection attorney. And it's a different structure, and he's doing very well, by the way, in the percentage of people he's collecting against. We are trying to change. We saw the problems we've made. We know we make mistakes. We're trying to make this place a better place for the future and control our costs. Yes. Okay. You also notice we knocked the budget down from what was a $13 million budget last year to $10 million this year.
It should be 11.
So that's so we're cutting expenses wherever you can, but we still need to run a country club.
you also ate up the $1 million reserve fund.
And I explained why we did that.
I understand. Why
But-
should
but
I
this-
think
but this
that
assessment
why
repays
do I,
that.
Why should I think that something different is
Because I
going to
said-
happen in 2018? I
Because-
think Sean is great. I think he's wonderful. I think Jason is great too. But I want to talk real numbers.
We are talking real numbers, and the
How are we going to cut that down? How do I know when I pay my dues up front, that I'm not going to get $529 assessments later on per month?
because we're trying to do the best we can. I can't guarantee that.
So you're saying that I can expect those assessments?
No, I didn't say expect. Well, you're going to get the assessments that we talked about here, but you're talking about additional
So
assessments.
then why don't you just say it up front what the dues are going to be? Forget the assessments.
We did. It's in your
No,
notes.
you didn't. You said it's going to be a 10% increase,
They-
and dues and assessments
They-
will continue.
look at the next last page of your notes. The
Mr.
assessments in there.
Mr. Shiner, the reason why the dues is not in there, because there's
30.
technically 64 different memberships. And the
That's
reason why
all?
it's not on there, because I don't have enough room on that paper to put everybody's dues. We have step-up plans, 1 year, 2 year, 3
Quiet
year.
again, please.
So there's a lot. So
I'd like
that's
to
why
see
I
the
can't do it.
concert plan go through and forget about GL and
Well,
everything else.
You don't know about the total deal, so it's. And by the way, when you say we poo-pooed concert, I can tell you for a fact that they backed out of the negotiation 3 years ago because we had a lawsuit going on. So we didn't. Things changed. Lawsuit's over. Now they're interested.
Bob Friedman, Valencia 3A. Basically, my question was similar to what just been asked, that you guys give us things in dribs and drabs. It's 320 here. It's a 10% increase in there. Well, all of us, I think, sitting here really need a number. And I know you're saying you have 64 different memberships. And you know what? Give us 64 numbers. But they're real numbers, not something that you go home and you scratch your head and you say, well, what did he really mean and what did he really say? And I think most of us here, anyway, are either equity golf members, full equity golf members, or full equity tennis members. So there aren't,
Here's what I'll do. Okay? You want to talk?
The full-time equivalent Gulf Equity couple membership dues are $10,575. Is that what the increase, Kerry, or no?
Here, I'll tell you what we're going to do. I will send out an email with what your new 2018 dues and fees will be for your golf equity We got couple, single. Golf equity was single golfer. Social tennis couple, social tennis single, senior social equity, and dining. And then I think that might be it. I'll send those out. Like I said, there's others in there, but these are the major ones, and that's the ones we'll send out in an email form.
Now, is that going to include not just our dues schedule, but our fixed costs that we've been paying monthly, which come out to somewhere between $500 and $700?
I will put in there your dues, your capital assessment, and your operating assessment. Will all be in there.
Thank you.
And, well, your clubhouse charges in your dues for 2018.
Quiet, please. Quiet.
Bernie Cordera, 6935 Fountain Circle. Too close, too far?
You're fine.
Okay. I actually have two questions. The first question is, how many new members are required for this thing here? Because I look at it and I see that for golf,
He's asking how many new members are required.
for golf, it says we have 239 plus 5 who are over 100. I think that's wonderful. But recently at my temple, we celebrated the 5 centenarians, which was a blessing. Unfortunately, they're not with us, some of those 5. But I would hope that we would have the... So how many people here are over 90 in this group here of the... Do you have that number?
Debbie does. Around how many we have? How many over 90 or 90 and older? You want? Just give me the total 90-year-olds, not just golf. 50, around 50.
Okay. That's among the 239. About 50.
No, that's all.
That
That's
includes
all
tennis-
members.
all
It includes
members.
social and tennis.
About 50 of them are that.
Yes.
Because in a previous meeting, you had mentioned
Please.
that they were considering having 25 people